Have you ever bought something, loved it in the store, imagined all the outfits you were going to wear, brought it home, hung it in your closet, and then never touched it again? You're not alone. In fact, I think almost every woman has at least a few pieces sitting in her closet right now that she genuinely loved when she bought them, but somehow never wears. And for a long time, I thought the problem was that I was making bad purchases. But the more I started paying attention to my wardrobe, the more I realized something surprising. The problem wasn't the clothes. The problem was what those clothes represented. One of the biggest things I've learned is this. Sometimes we aren't buying clothes. We're buying a version of ourselves. That blazer isn't just a blazer. It's the woman who has her life together. That dress isn't just a dress. It's the future holiday, the future dinner, the future version of you. That expensive gym set isn't always about exercise. Sometimes it's about becoming the person who never misses a workout. And there's nothing wrong with wanting growth. There's nothing wrong with wanting to evolve. But sometimes our closets become full of clothes for lives we're not actually living. We buy clothes for Tuesday, but sometimes we're secretly shopping for a fantasy version of our future. Social media makes this worse, and I think social media has made this even harder because every day we're exposed to hundreds of versions of womanhood. The minimalist, the luxury woman, the clean girl, the entrepreneur, the traveler, the fashion girl, the wellness girl, the fitness girl. And every aesthetic comes with its own wardrobe. Eventually, your closet starts trying to become all of them at once. And that's when things get messy. Because your wardrobe isn't supposed to support 10 identities. It's supposed to support your actual life. Why you still feel like you have nothing to wear. This is the part I find fascinating, because many people assume if I buy more clothes, getting dressed will become easier. But often the opposite happens. The more disconnected purchases we make, the more complicated the wardrobe becomes. Now you have dresses with nowhere to wear them, shoes that only match one outfit, trend pieces that no longer feel like you, items you forgot you owned. And suddenly your closet is full, but your outfit options feel limited. Having a lot of clothes is not the same thing as having a lot of outfits. Most people think the cost is money, and yes, that's part of it. But I think the bigger cost is frustration. Every morning becomes, what should I wear? I have nothing. None of this works. I need to go shopping. And the cycle starts again. The problem isn't that you need more clothes. Then why does it still feel like you have nothing to wear? Because there's another problem that almost nobody talks about. And once you see it, you'll start noticing you only wear a small part of your closet. Think about your wardrobe for a second. If you're honest, there are probably certain pieces you wear constantly. The same trousers, the same jacket, the same dress, the same shoes. Meanwhile, there are other pieces sitting quietly in the closet that never seem to get chosen. And that's because most wardrobes aren't actually full of clothes. They're full of favorites and everything else. Most people don't wear their entire wardrobe. They wear a small percentage of it on repeat. There's nothing wrong with repeating outfits. The problem is not outfit repeating. The problem is owning things that never become part of your life, the orphan piece problem. One of the biggest reasons clothes go unworn is something stylists often call an orphan piece. An orphan piece is an item that has no real wardrobe family. Maybe it's a beautiful top that matches nothing, a trendy skirt you don't know how to style, shoes that only work with one outfit, a dress that requires a very specific occasion. On its own, the item is beautiful. Inside your wardrobe, it creates friction. Because every time you try to wear it, your brain has to solve a puzzle. What shoes go with this? What bag works? What jacket works? Where would I even wear this? And eventually your brain chooses the easier option, the outfit you've already worn 20 times. The easiest outfit usually wins, not the newest one. Decision fatigue is real. This is something psychologists talk about a lot. The more decisions we make, the harder decision-making becomes. And every morning your brain is already making decisions about work, family, emails, responsibilities, schedules. Then you open your closet. And suddenly you're asking yourself, what should I wear? What matches? What looks good? What feels comfortable? What fits today? It's a lot, which is why most people don't experiment on busy mornings. They default to certainty. The outfit they know works, the outfit they've worn before, the outfit that requires zero thinking. The surprising thing I started noticing, and this is where things became really interesting for me, I started paying attention to what I actually wore, not what I thought I wore, not what I wanted to wear, Not what I imagined myself wearing, what I genuinely reached for. And the patterns were impossible to ignore. Certain items appeared over and over again. Certain items never appeared at all. Some things I thought were essentials weren't. Some things I almost didn't buy became the most worn pieces in my wardrobe. And that's when I realized something. Your wardrobe tells the truth, even when your shopping habits don't. Why this changes everything. Because once you know what you actually wear, shopping becomes completely different. You're no longer shopping based on fantasy. You're shopping based on evidence. You start noticing your favorite silhouettes, your favorite colors, your most worn pieces, your real lifestyle, and suddenly you're making much better decisions. One thing that helped me notice these patterns was actually seeing my outfits and wardrobe visually. Because when everything lives inside your closet, it's surprisingly easy to forget what you own. But when you can see your outfits together, side by side, you start noticing things you never noticed before. You notice what you repeat, what you ignore, what actually works, what only looked good in theory. That realization alone can completely change how you shop. So if your closet is full and you're only wearing a small percentage of it, what do you actually do about it? Because I don't think the answer is buy more clothes. And I don't think the answer is throw everything away and start over. I think the answer is much simpler. You need to start paying attention, not to fashion trends, not to influencers, not to what everyone else is buying, to yourself. There is one question I wish I had asked myself years ago, because it would have saved me so much money, so much frustration, a lot of bad purchases. Before buying something new, ask, can I picture myself wearing this next week? Not someday, not on holiday, not when I lose weight, not when my life becomes different. Next week. If you can't immediately picture where you're wearing it, how you're styling it, what it works with, that's information. And most of us ignore that information because we're excited. But excitement isn't the same thing as compatibility. Just because you love something doesn't mean it belongs in your wardrobe. Stylish women aren't necessarily buying more. This is something I think social media gets completely wrong. We often assume stylish women are constantly buying new things. But when you actually pay attention, many stylish women repeat the same pieces over and over again. The difference is that their wardrobes work together. They know what suits them, what fits their lifestyle, what they actually enjoy wearing. Which means getting dressed becomes easier, not because they have more options, because they have better options. Your wardrobe should support your life. And I think this is the lesson that took me the longest to learn. Your wardrobe isn't supposed to impress strangers on the internet. It's supposed to support your real life, your real mornings, your real routines, your real schedule. The most successful outfit is not the most fashionable one. It's the one you actually wear. The one that makes you feel comfortable, confident, like yourself. And this is where so many people get stuck. They feel frustrated with their closet, so they shop. The shopping feels exciting. For a moment, it feels like the problem is solved. Then, a few weeks later, the feeling comes back, because the issue was never a lack of clothes. The issue was a lack of clarity. You don't need a bigger wardrobe. You need a wardrobe that makes sense. Instead of asking, what should I buy next? Try asking, what do I already wear all the time? Because your most worn pieces are leaving clues. They're showing you your actual style, your actual preferences, your actual lifestyle. And once you start paying attention to those clues, shopping becomes easier. Outfit planning becomes easier. Getting dressed becomes easier. One thing I've noticed from seeing wardrobes organized visually is that most people already own more than they think they do. The problem is that those pieces are scattered. Some are hidden in drawers, some are pushed to the back of the closet, some are forgotten entirely. And when you can finally see everything together, you stop relying on memory. You start making decisions based on what's actually there. Maybe the goal isn't to build the perfect wardrobe. Maybe the goal is to build a wardrobe that feels like your life, not your fantasy life, not somebody else's life, your life. Because when your wardrobe reflects who you really are, getting dressed becomes a lot less complicated. And maybe that's why so many of us feel like we have nothing to wear. We're not looking for another outfit, we're looking for ourselves. I'm curious, what's one item in your closet that you always buy but never actually wear? For me, it's the kind of piece that looks amazing in theory and then somehow never leaves the hanger. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.